Greetings! Today I've got a new tool for my channel and my videos, and this is my new recording device, a Canon Legria HF-R76.
Greetings! So I got a new camera and I wanted to get a new camera for a while in order to start recording in the double frame rate, which in Europe turns out to be 50 frames per second. There is two cameras actually involved in this video, more on that in a moment, but when I got the camera I first wanted to do an unboxing video. I know some people like unboxing videos and I thought it would be just a nice introduction to a new equipment. However, the video turned out not too interesting because, spoiler alert, there is a camera, battery, cable and charger, that's it. So, and some printed paper. So instead what I decided to do, to use that footage that I've got from the unboxing video shot with my old camera and then shoot some new footage which you're watching right now with the new camera, and then interlap them back and forth a couple of times so you can see the difference in the video. So let's have a look more at what that camera was.
So let's open the box and see what's inside. Now, I've been recording on my videos till now with a Sony DSC-QX10, which is a good camera, but it's not really full HD. It's only 30 frames per second. So I'm going to be joining the full HD crowd now with 50 frames per second. And what we've got now, it's some literature, mains cable it seems, the camcorder itself, battery pack, HDMI cable and a battery charger and something else. A USB cable, that's all it seems. Mini USB cable, not a micro, which is a shame because most of the stuff is micro type C now, but that's okay. And here is compact power adapter. Oh, so it's not a charger, so right.
And at that moment I thought to myself, why do you need a battery charger? Especially it's not an external battery charger, it wasn't that, it was simply a power supply for the camera. And you know, these days lithium ion or lithium polymer batteries or whatever, it's the same thing as in every mobile phone. Every device is capable of charging over USB, so it just doesn't make sense to manufacture another battery charger. Just get a USB cable and charge off of existing USB ports, especially I've got a whole bunch of them over here, and yeah, why do I need another plug?
And they've got a bespoke connector for the power, which is a little bit evil, but I think all the manufacturers do that nowadays.
That's why. So they've put a weird connector for the power on the camcorder in case you break, lose, damage or whatever happens to it. You have to buy another supply, another part from them, the charger, in order to get your camera going. That's evil, right? It's not necessary. They shouldn't do that. You know, it's a waste. It's producing waste that goes into landfill at some point. It's unnecessary and it inflates the cost of the device for no reason.
And finally, we have the actual camcorder. 32 times optical zoom, optical image stabilized, full record MP4 and AVC HD. That's a really funky slot for memory cards. Yes, full SD card size. Let's install the battery and see if it will power up. Press switch on. No, fail, battery's flat. Right, with a charger plugged in here on the side, we're getting the light to come on. So let's see. Oh, I don't even need to press anything, it comes on as soon as I open the flap. I've enabled NFC and let's see if anything happens. No, not here. Right, this seems weird. I'm trying to change the network settings and look what happens. Smartphone connection settings, it says network name and password, but I cannot seem to change this. When I click on edit, it says even different network name and different password than before, and it says changed, but I can't edit anything.
One of the key features I was looking for in the camera when I was looking for was that it was Wi-Fi enabled, i.e. I wanted to be able to use my smartphone or tablet or anything else as a remote control for the camera. So I wanted to be able to start and stop recording, zoom in, zoom out. This one supports it as well. This feature, when I was testing it, that's where I got to conclusion that, you know what, that's it, that camera is shit, I don't want it, it's gonna go back. If you select 50 frames per second on that camera recording, so the full HD double frame rate, Wi-Fi functionality is disabled. Why? How stupid is that? Where does it say that on the box? How deceiving, how misleading is that for a customer? I mean, I've gone through the lists of stuff and everything else that was available on a number of websites that had this camera, and none of them listed this, and this is a key downside. You're looking for a camera that's gonna record everywhere, it's plastered, yeah, 50 frames per second, fantastic, Wi-Fi, fantastic, but the two together don't work, that's rubbish. And another thing was, which was new thing to me, but hand on heart, I haven't checked, but the camera has not got the microphone input, and I thought, you know what, every half decent camera will have that, but as it turns out I was wrong. It actually is a very rare feature. It's only common on the very high-end cameras. I'm talking here £800 to £1,000 plus. Anything under that, little compact camcorders, they won't have it. £200-300 camcorder will not have a microphone input. Combining all those together, I was really unhappy with my decision and with my purchase, so the camera went back. And after that, I got this.
Today I've got something really cool to unbox, and it's a new camera that I will be using for filming on my channel, HDR CX-450.
So this is my new camera, Sony HDR CX-450, and there are a number of advantages. Yes, the Wi-Fi works, and when you're recording at 50 frames per second, so you can use your phone to monitor, plug in your microphone, which it's a feature that, you know, didn't occur to me, but it's a very rare feature, not that many cameras have that. Another thing, a big one, is the charging. USB cable, how simple that is. Sony got it right, big win. This is the camera I'm gonna stick with.
Looking at the features, it's got 9.2 megapixels still image, 60 times clear image zoom, so that's optical zoom. It's got a wide angle lens, 26.8 millimeters, so that's a little bit wider than everything else, and 5.1 channel microphone. Now what it doesn't say over here, that has got a microphone input, and that was one of the critical things for me. The camera's got color size optics, which is fantastic. Opening the box, the top pocket contains all sorts of literature. Inside the actual box, camera itself, what appears to be Sony's lithium battery, a charger, which is another great thing about this camera. Sony, you got it right on this one. Charging your product off of a USB is just fantastic. Micro HDMI to HDMI cable and a USB extension cable, it seems. Here is the unit itself, feels solid. Here is the screen, it's a touch screen of course. Here we've got a slot which has got a HDMI down the memory card, and under a flap over here we've got a headphones output, a microphone input, and the camera also has got 37mm ring for attaching lenses and covers. There is charge cable over here. It sits actually in the handle over here, so it's, instead of a plug, it's got the charge cable is a USB cable that sticks out over here. You don't need to carry another cable. If you just put your camera very close to your computer, you can just plug it in and that will work.
How clever that is with that cable in the handle.
Let's plug that in. Yeah, you cannot run it off of a USB alone. You need to have a battery in, and we are straight away in shooting mode.
Another big thing with the Sony's HDR CX-450 is that it records in a special format, somewhat special. It can do normal AVC HD files, but it can also do XAVC-S, which is some sort of Sony's variation of a video codec. But it records at very high bit rate, so it records at 50 megabits per second and 50 frames per second, so it gives you really high detail. That's much higher than what YouTube is able to take in or transmit. If I upload it in that sort of quality, it will scale it down regardless, but it's good to have that quality when you're editing the video.
Okay, let's see if that Wi-Fi control thing works. So we're going to wireless, control with smartphone. Here's Play Memories Mobile, and I've got my current camera, so you can scan the new barcode on here. Okay, that was easy. And here I've got a view from the camera, and it's, oh, sorry, there we go. And I've got the view from the camera. It's rather fluid, and I should be able to zoom in and zoom out, and I can press record, and that's recording already, and I can press stop. Okay, that works.
But it wasn't all that so easy. Every change causes a chain reaction of things, and that caused me no end of trouble. Because I started recording with a new camera, I did some tests and tries on the camera, on the computer, and I came across a problem. the software that I was using on the Android, that I was using to edit and render the files, would read the video file just fine, but it would not read the audio. The videos were silent. So I wrote I sent a ticket support to the developers, but also at the same time that software does not support 50 frames per second. It will do 30 or 60, which is obviously the NTSC standard. Yes, I will be learning a new piece of software right now, this time on the PC, that's a little bit more flexible and gives me a lot more control. Now it has been a little bit of a bumpy ride. It took me about a week to sort everything out. Hopefully everything should work right now, so this video uploaded onto the channel will be the first official test. So there we go, this is my new setup and my new camera, the Sony HDR CX-450, and hopefully you will enjoy the higher frame rate. Remember to switch on the Full HD 720 or 1080p preferably, in order to take advantage of that. As far as this video, I think that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the new camera. Put some comments down below if you have some thoughts. For the time being, thank you for joining me and take care.